Hey everyone! Today we're going to work through another tribe base. This time, Rainwings. I've got 3 tribes done out of 10 now. Only another 15 months until this project is completed. Joking, I'm joking. But gosh, sometimes it feels like I really do take that long. Anyhow, Rainwings are a pretty easy tribe to do. I don't really have any groundbreaking ideas here, but I'll go over what I do anyways. So first up, overall, I think Rainwings are a very small and slender tribe. They need to be lithe and skinny so they can get around the rainforest. Again, as far as we know, they've been there for thousands of years, so they would have evolved to fit into their environment. However, I actually do think they're relatively pretty tall. They're not tall and buff, but they're tall and skinny. I'd say they're in the upper third as far as height goes. I just kind of like the idea of tall but twinky Rainwings. I do think this would extend to their wing shape, though. Rainwings probably have very slender wings, good for short distance and flying through a lot of trees and obstructions. But I also think Rainwings probably aren't very good at long-distance flights, or any stamina-based flight activities. Chances are they're good at short trips through difficult airspace, or short bursts of speed. Nothing sustained for too long. When drawing Rainwings, the thing I'd say is make yourself think of a snake. There are certain animals I use to model tribes. I use cats for a lot of mudwings and seawings, I've used horses for sandwings before, I've used pictures of puppies on occasion. But for Rainwings, I always imagine that long serpentine form, especially in the neck and tail. So always keep in mind that curvy S-shape you're looking for. Another thing I'd advise when drawing Rainwings, and definitely something that I do, is to go ahead and vary your scale patterns. I really do think that I just change my entire approach every time I draw. There's no rhyme or reason, it literally just goes, I wonder what feels right today. So go ahead and try some different stuff. I've done circle scales on the neck, which I did for this space since it's kind of the most common pattern. I've done scales along the spine, I've done a little row of scales along the underbelly, I've done combinations of 2 or even all 3 of those. And even after I do the line art, sometimes I go in and then I color and I do something totally different on top of it anyways. All this to say, Rainwings are literally a color-changing tribe. The whole point is to go wild. So enjoy yourself. For face scales, I do pretty much the same thing. I've done that puffy ridge of scales, the square scales under the eye, a mix of both, neither, or other random stuff. Feel free to take my art or the art of other artists you admire and learn from what they do. Mimicry is a really good way to pick up technique and grow your internal library of ideas, so that eventually you'll just have a catalog of different techniques to draw from and make your own. Now as far as the frill goes, I've done that about 100 different ways too. From no spines to thin spines with a droplet shape on the end, to spiky, to soft, to rounded. Again, do what feels right for your piece and your character. I've even done them in different ways between different drawings of the same character. Rainwings are all about change and individuality in my opinion. No other tribe has quite as much easy opportunity for complete uniqueness, so take advantage of that. I do like to make my Rainwings pretty spiky these days, I found. Big, sharp ruffs, longer spines, smaller spines on the nose and chin. I think it makes them look more wild and feral, which is how Rainwings should look. Beautiful, but deadly. Like a poisonous plant, the most eye-catching and alluring things in nature should often be the most dangerous. I think for Rainwings, it'd be neat if their culture kind of equated being beautiful to being more dangerous. The sharper the colors, the more graceful the form, the more dragons should watch out for them. Rainwings are a very atypical tribe, even with what remains of them in books 3 and upwards. I really want to know what they were like in Darkstalker's time. Were they a powerful tribe? They definitely have that ability, what with their invisibility and death venom. Or were they still kind of secluded? Happy to stay in the rainforest, even before their society got quite to the point it was in book 3? See, my ideal Rainwing tribe is actually very similar to the Nightwings, or how they were in Arc 1. A very secretive, very powerful tribe, kind of the Pyrian ghost stories. Something valuable disappeared, and it had to be a Rainwing. Strange things happening. Something smarter and stronger pulling strings from the shadows. Rainwings. A Rainwing will get you if you stay up late. In reality, they're just happy to stay in the rainforest as long as the other tribes leave them alone. But with the magnitude of their physical abilities, they should definitely be the scary tribe. Not Nightwings. I mean, even back in Darkstalker's time, sure, they could read minds and see futures, but that was like a tiny percentage of them. The other Nightwings were super regular and boring. Compared to that, all of the Rainwings, even the Dragonettes, could kill someone. On accident. I'm a big fan of Rainwings. Or at least this version of them that exists in my head. In the actual books, they're a little lackluster. I do like the little bits of world building that they're getting as vegetarians and using flowers as jewelry and stuff. I like that a lot. Little things like that make a tribe unique and more lifelike. Anyways, on to colors. Although yes, rainwings can be any color, when you're drawing them, I would advise making sure your colors look good together. If you have too many vibrant, bright colors, you're going to end up with a clashing design that is hard on the eyes. So try to use colors that work well together. If you're having trouble, you can look up color palettes. I do this all the time. I Google desert color palette or lavender color palette, and then you can scroll through dozens of good color sets and mix and match. Sometimes I have trouble just freestyling colors, getting the image in my mind down onto the screen, and there's nothing wrong with drawing from pre-existing resources like this. So in conclusion, remember to stick with very serpentine and graceful shapes. Feel free to experiment with scale design, spine length and shape, frill size, etc. Really anything you want to try it. I've done different horn shapes and face scales and all kinds of stuff. Test stuff out, and hey, if you don't like it, you can always erase. And again, I don't mind when people use my art as reference. I'm a teacher at heart, and I truly believe that the best way that kids learn is by finding something you love and copying it. I could go on a whole nother rant about that, but I'll keep it simple. Mimicry is how your brain grows stronger and grows in knowledge. Kinda like how doing exercise drills grows your muscles' abilities. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Now go forth and draw some rainwings. Remember to check out the links in the description, and you'll have a wonderful week.